Hello everyone, I'm Amanda, and welcome to All Levels English Lab. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we're about to dive into something that will completely transform how you sound in English conversations. You know, I've been teaching English for over 8 years, and I've noticed something interesting. My students often ask me, Amanda, why don't I sound natural even though I know grammar and vocabulary? And the answer is simple: they're missing these everyday phrases that native speakers use constantly. Think about it for a moment. When you're having a casual chat with a friend, ordering your morning coffee, texting someone, or even in a business meeting, we don't always speak in perfect, complete sentences like in textbooks. Instead, we use these short, powerful phrases that carry so much meaning and emotion. Today, I'm going to share with you 25 absolutely essential phrases that will make you sound more confident, more natural, and more like a native speaker. These aren't just random phrases. I've carefully selected each one based on what I hear native speakers use every single day. Here's what we'll cover first. I'll teach you exactly what each phrase means. Then, I'll show you the perfect situations to use them. After that, I'll give you multiple real-life examples so you can see these phrases in action. And most importantly, I'll give you chances to practice along with me. By the end of this 25-minute session, you'll have a toolkit of expressions that will make your English conversations flow smoothly and naturally. You'll feel more confident walking into any English conversation, whether it's casual or professional. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's start building your natural English speaking skills together. Phrase 1, how's everything going? Let's start with a phrase that will immediately upgrade your small talk. Instead of the basic how are you, try saying, how's everything going? This phrase feels so much more genuine and opens up real conversation. When you ask how are you, people usually just say fine. But when you ask how's everything going, they actually tell you about their life. Picture this scenario: you're at work and you see a colleague by the coffee machine. Instead of just nodding, you say, hey Sarah, how's everything going with the marketing project? See how it invites a real response? Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me, how's everything going? Great. Try using it with different names. How's everything going, Mike? How's everything going with your studies? You can use this phrase in so many situations with friends, colleagues, even people you haven't seen in a while. It works everywhere. Phrase 2, I hear you. Now, this is one of my absolute favorite phrases for showing empathy. I hear you doesn't mean you literally hear their voice. It means you understand their feelings and situation. Here's a perfect example. Your friend comes to you stressed out, saying, I'm so overwhelmed with work, I barely have time to sleep. Instead of trying to give advice immediately, you can simply say, I hear you. It validates their feelings. The beauty of this phrase is that it shows emotional intelligence. You're not trying to fix everything, you're just acknowledging that you understand their struggle. Let's practice this one, I hear you. Perfect. Try using it in these situations: when someone complains about traffic, when a coworker mentions being busy, or when a friend talks about family stress. It creates instant connection. Another great thing about I hear you: it works in both casual and professional settings. In meetings, when someone raises a concern, saying, I hear you shows you're listening and you understand their perspective. Phrase 3, speaking of. This phrase is like a conversation bridge. It helps you transition smoothly from one topic to another. Speaking of is your secret weapon for keeping conversations flowing naturally. Imagine you're talking with a friend who mentions they went to a new restaurant. You can smoothly transition by saying, speaking of restaurants, have you tried that new Thai place on Main Street? The conversation flows perfectly because you're connecting the topics logically. It doesn't feel forced or awkward. Let me give you more examples. Someone mentions the weather. You say, speaking of weather, did you hear it's going to snow this weekend? Or they talk about movies. You say, speaking of movies, I just watched an amazing documentary. Practice with me, speaking of excellent. This phrase is especially useful in business conversations. If someone mentions budget, you might say, speaking of budget, we should discuss next quarter's projections. Phrase 4, it's not a big deal. Here's a phrase that instantly makes people feel better, and reduces tension. Tease not a big deal is perfect for reassuring others when they're worried about something minor. Picture this: someone accidentally bumps into you and immediately starts apologizing profusely. You smile and say, "It's not a big deal." Watch how their stress melts away. Or maybe a colleague is late to a meeting and keeps apologizing. You can say, "Don't worry about it, it's not a big deal." This creates a positive, understanding atmosphere. The key here is your tone. Say it warmly and genuinely. "It's not a big deal." Now you try, "It's not a big deal." Perfect. Use this when people spill coffee, arrive late, make small mistakes, or forget something minor. It's like giving someone emotional permission to relax. In American culture especially, this phrase shows you're easygoing and considerate. It's one of those phrases that makes people want to be around you because you make them feel comfortable. Phrase 5, absolutely. Instead of just saying yes, try absolutely. It's so much more powerful and shows confidence and enthusiasm. When your boss asks, "Can you finish this report by tomorrow?" instead of a flat yes, say absolutely. It shows you're not just agreeing, you're committed and confident. Or when a friend asks, "Should we go see that new movie?" you respond, "Absolutely." It shows excitement and positive energy. Let's practice the tone, absolutely. Put energy into it, absolutely. One more time with feeling, absolutely. This word works in professional settings too. In job interviews, when they ask if you can work in a team, absolutely sounds so much better than just yes. The difference is attitude. Yes is neutral, but absolutely shows passion and certainty. Native speakers love this word because it adds personality to conversations. Phrase 6, would you mind? This is your politeness upgrade. Instead of direct commands, "Would you mind?" makes requests sound gentle and respectful. Compare these, "Close the window," versus "Would you mind closing the window?" The second one shows respect for the other person's willingness to help. Or instead of "Move your car," try "Would you mind moving your car? I need to get out." See the difference? People are much more likely to help when you ask this way. Practice this structure, "Would you mind?" Now add actions, "Would you mind waiting a moment?" "Would you mind repeating that?" This phrase works beautifully in professional emails too. "Would you mind sending me the report by Friday?" It's polite but still clear about what you need. The secret is that you're giving people the option to say no, which paradoxically makes them more likely to say yes. It respects their autonomy while making your request. Phrase 7, I'm not sure about that. Sometimes we need to disagree without being rude. I'm not sure about that is perfect for expressing doubt or disagreement while keeping the conversation friendly. Imagine someone says, "I think working from home makes people lazy." Instead of arguing directly, you can say, I'm not sure about that. I've actually been more productive at home." It opens discussion rather than creating conflict. You're not saying they're wrong, you're just expressing your different perspective. Let's practice, "I'm not sure about that." Try it with a questioning tone, "I'm not sure about that." This phrase works great in meetings when you disagree with a proposal. "I'm not sure about that approach. Could we consider alternatives?" The beauty is that it's non-confrontational. You're disagreeing with the idea, not attacking the person. This keeps relationships positive even when you have different opinions. Phrase 8, that makes sense. When someone explains something and you understand their reasoning, that makes sense, shows comprehension and respect for their thinking. Your colleague explains why they chose a particular strategy. "We decided to launch in spring because that's when our target customers are most active." You respond, that makes sense." It validates their reasoning and shows you're following their logic. It's different from just saying, "Okay." It shows you actually understand the why behind their decision. Practice, "That makes sense." Try with understanding in your voice, "That makes sense." This phrase is excellent in learning situations. When a teacher or trainer explains a concept, saying, "That makes sense," shows you're engaged and understanding. You can also use it when someone tells you about their personal decisions. "I decided to move closer to work to save commute time." That makes sense. It shows respect for their choices. Phrase 9, no worries. This is such a relaxed, friendly way to respond to thanks or apologies. No worries is casual and warm. It's very popular in Australia, the UK, and increasingly common in the US. When someone thanks you for holding the elevator, instead of formal "you're welcome," you can say "no worries." It feels more natural and friendly. Or when someone apologizes for being a few minutes late, "Sorry I'm late." "No worries, I just got here too." Let's practice with a casual, friendly tone. "No worries," again, "no worries." This phrase creates a relaxed atmosphere. It tells people you're easygoing and that small inconveniences don't bother you. Be careful with context, though. In very formal situations, stick with "you're welcome." But for most daily interactions, "no worries" is perfect and makes you sound natural. Phrase 10, "let me think for a second." Instead of awkward silence when you need time to think, use "let me think for a second." It keeps the conversation flowing while you process. Someone asks, "What's your favorite restaurant in the city?" You don't want to say, instead, "Let me think for a second." I'd probably say that little Italian place downtown. It shows you're taking their question seriously and want to give a thoughtful answer. Practice "let me think for a second." Make it sound natural. "Let me think for a second." This works great in job interviews too. When asked a challenging question, "Let me think for a second" shows you're thoughtful and deliberate, not just rushing to answer. You can also use variations. "Let me think about that for a moment," or "Give me a second to think." They all serve the same purpose, buying you thinking time gracefully. Phrase 11, "You're kidding." This is perfect for expressing surprise or disbelief in a friendly way. "You're kidding" shows you find something hard to believe, but in an excited way. Your friend says, "I just got promoted to manager." You respond enthusiastically, "You're kidding, that's fantastic." Or someone tells you surprising news. "It's supposed to snow 10 inches tomorrow." "You're kidding, in April?" Let's practice with surprise in your voice. "You're kidding." More excitement. "You're kidding." This phrase shows engagement and interest. It tells the speaker that what they shared is genuinely surprising or impressive to you. The tone is everything here. Make sure it sounds positive and excited, not skeptical or dismissive. You want to share in their excitement or surprise. Phrase 12, "It's up to you." When you want to let someone else make the decision, "It's up to you" is perfect. It shows respect for their preferences and avoids being pushy. Friend asks, "Should we get pizza or Chinese food?" You reply, "It's up to you, I'm happy with either choice." Or in a work situation, "Should we meet at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m.? "It's up to you, both times work for me." Practice, "It's up to you." With a supportive tone, "It's up to you." This phrase shows flexibility and consideration. You're putting their preferences first, which people really appreciate. You can expand it too. "It's totally up to you," or "It's entirely up to you," for even more emphasis on their choice. Phrase 13, "Piece of cake." When something is easy for you, instead of just saying "It's easy," try "piece of cake." It's more colorful and memorable. Someone asks, "Can you fix this computer problem?" You confidently respond, "Sure, it's a piece of cake." Or a friend worries about an upcoming task, "I'm nervous about the presentation." Don't worry, you've prepared well. It'll be a piece of cake. Let's practice "piece of cake" with confidence. "It's a piece of cake." This idiom adds personality to your English. Native speakers love these colorful expressions. They make conversations more interesting and memorable. Just make sure you can actually do what you're calling a piece of cake. You don't want to promise something easy if it's actually difficult. Phrase 14, "I get it." This shows intellectual understanding. "I get it" is slightly different from "I hear you." It's more about comprehension than empathy. Your colleague explains a new procedure, so we need to submit these forms by the 15th of each month, and they have to be signed by both the manager and the client. You respond, "Okay, I get it." Or someone explains why they made a decision. "I chose the evening flight because it was $200 cheaper." "Yeah, I get it, that's a big difference." Practice, "I get it." With understanding, "I get it." This phrase shows you've processed and understood information or reasoning. It's very useful in learning situations and business contexts. You can also say, "I get what you mean," or "I get where you're coming from," for variations that show understanding of their perspective. Phrase 15, "You've got this." This is pure encouragement. "You've got this" builds confidence and shows support before challenging situations. Before your friend's job interview, "I'm so nervous about tomorrow." Don't worry, you've prepared really well. You've got this. Or when someone is facing a difficult task, I have to give a presentation to 100 people. You've got this, you know your material inside and out. Let's practice with encouragement. You've got this. More support. You've got this. This phrase is like giving someone a boost of confidence. It tells them you believe in their abilities and that they're capable of success. The key is genuine belief in what you're saying. People can tell when encouragement is real versus just polite words. Phrase 16, right, instead of do you understand, which sounds like a teacher, add right, to the end of statements to check agreement casually. We're meeting at the coffee shop at 3 p.m., right? It's much more natural than do you understand we're meeting at 3 p.m., or you said you'd handle the marketing materials, right? It confirms without sounding demanding or condescending. Practice right with a questioning tone. We agreed on Tuesday, right? This little word makes your English sound so much more natural and conversational. Native speakers use it constantly to check understanding or agreement. It works in both questions and statements, and it makes the other person feel included in the conversation rather than being lectured to. Phrase 17, I was wondering if, this is your professional politeness upgrade. I was wondering if, makes requests sound softer and less demanding. Instead of can you help me, try I was wondering if you could help me with this project. Or, in an email, I was wondering if you had a chance to review the proposal I sent last week. Let's practice. I was wondering if, complete it, I was wondering if you could join us for lunch. This phrase shows respect for the other person's time and willingness. It implies you understand they might be busy or unable to help. In professional settings, this kind of language shows emotional intelligence and cultural awareness. It makes people more willing to assist you. Phrase 18, long time no see. This classic phrase is perfect when you meet someone after a while. Long time no see is friendly, warm, and immediately breaks the ice. You run into an old classmate at the grocery store. Oh my goodness, Sarah, long time no see, how have you been? Or at a work reunion, hey Mike, long time no see, you look great. Practice with warmth. Long time no see. Again with excitement, long time no see. This phrase instantly creates a positive, friendly atmosphere. It acknowledges the time gap while expressing happiness to see them again. It's one of those phrases that everyone recognizes and appreciates. It's like a warm verbal hug when reconnecting with people. Phrase 19, no way. This expresses amazement or disbelief in an excited way. No way is more flexible than you're kidding and works in many situations. Friend, I just won tickets to see your favorite band. You, no way, that's incredible. Or someone shares surprising news. They're tearing down the old mall to build a park. No way, really, that's been there for 30 years. Let's practice with excitement. No way, with amazement. No way, the tone determines the meaning. Excited no way shows positive surprise, while concerned no way might show worry or disappointment. This phrase adds energy to conversations and shows you're actively engaged with what people are telling you. Phrase 20, we'll see, perfect for handling uncertainty or avoiding commitment. We'll see keeps options open without promising anything specific. Your child asks, can we go to the park this weekend? You respond, we'll see. It depends on the weather and what else we have planned. Or in business, will we hire more people next quarter? We'll see how the budget looks after this quarter's results. Practice, we'll see, with a thoughtful tone, we'll see. This phrase manages expectations while staying flexible. It doesn't say yes or no. It acknowledges that circumstances will determine the outcome. It's especially useful when you don't have all the information needed to make a definitive decision right now. Phrase 21, you'd better. This gives strong advice or warnings in a conversational way. You'd better is more serious than suggestions, but less harsh than commands. Looking at dark clouds, you'd better bring an umbrella. It looks like it's going to pour. Or giving friendly advice, you'd better leave early for the airport. Traffic is usually terrible on Friday afternoons. Let's practice. You'd better, complete it, you'd better double-check that report before submitting it. This phrase shows you care about the person's well-being or success. It's advice given from experience or concern. The tone should be helpful, not threatening. You're looking out for their best interests. Phrase 22. I really appreciate it. This is gratitude with depth and warmth. I really appreciate it shows genuine thankfulness beyond a simple thanks. Someone holds the elevator for you when you're running late. I really appreciate it. I have an important meeting in 2 minutes. Or when a colleague helps with extra work, thanks for staying late to help finish this project. I really appreciate it. Practice with genuine warmth. I really appreciate it. With feeling, I really appreciate it. This phrase makes people feel valued for their help or kindness. It acknowledges that they went out of their way for you. The word really adds sincerity and shows the help meant something to you personally. Phrase 23. Fingers crossed. This expresses hope for a positive outcome. Fingers crossed is a casual way to show you're hoping something works out well. Friend says, I have a job interview tomorrow. Wish me luck, you respond, fingers crossed, you're going to do great. Or about weather, I hope it doesn't rain for the wedding. Fingers crossed, the forecast looks promising. Let's practice, fingers crossed, with hope, fingers crossed. This phrase shows support and positive thinking. You're expressing hope along with the other person. It comes from the superstition of crossing fingers for good luck, but now it's just a common way to express hope. Phrase 24. It's worth it when effort or cost is justified by the result. It's worth it expresses that the outcome makes the sacrifice worthwhile. Someone complains, that hiking trail was so steep and exhausting. You reply, I know, but when we reached the top, the view was incredible. It's totally worth it. Or about a purchase, this coffee maker was expensive, but I use it every day. It's definitely worth it. Practice, it's worth it. With conviction, it's worth it. This phrase helps justify decisions or encourage others to make effort. It focuses on the positive outcome rather than the difficulty. Use it to motivate others or to express satisfaction with your own choices. Phrase 25. That's what I'm talking about. Our final phrase is pure enthusiasm. That's what I'm talking about. Shows excitement and approval when something goes exactly right. Your friend finally stands up to their difficult boss. I told him I deserve better treatment and he actually apologized. You respond, that's what I'm talking about, good for you. Or when someone achieves a goal, I finally ran a 5K without stopping. That's what I'm talking about, all that training paid off. Let's practice with energy, that's what I'm talking about. With enthusiasm, that's what I'm talking about. It's like verbal applause. It works for both big achievements and small victories, anytime someone does something positive or impressive. And there we have it, 25 powerful phrases that will transform your English conversations. Let's quickly recap what we've covered today. We've learned phrases for starting conversations naturally, showing empathy and understanding, making polite requests, expressing agreement and disagreement, handling uncertainty, giving encouragement, and showing genuine enthusiasm. These aren't just words, they're the building blocks of natural, confident communication. Each phrase carries emotion, shows cultural understanding, and helps you connect with people on a deeper level. Here's what I want you to do after this video. Choose 3 phrases that felt most useful to you. Practice using them in your conversations this week. Don't try to use all 25 at once, that would sound forced. Instead, gradually incorporate them until they become natural parts of your speaking. Remember, the goal isn't perfect pronunciation or grammar, it's authentic communication. These phrases will help you sound more like a native speaker because they capture how we really talk in daily life. I hope this lesson has been helpful for your English journey. If it was, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more practical English lessons, and let me know in the comments which phrase you're most excited to try. Thank you so much for spending this time learning with me today. Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, you've got this. I'll see you in the next lesson with more tips to make your English sound natural and fluent. Until then, take care and happy learning.